So we're gonna try to learn something, at least a little something about how to find arrowheads and artifacts and all kinds of cool things. That's what we're gonna start doing. Try to learn y'all something. Maybe try to learn me something. Be right back. A definitive guide to arrowhead hunting. And artifacts. Don't forget artifacts, because you're going to find a lot more artifacts than you will arrowheads. That's just the way it is, y'all. Definitive. To define, whatever. Now, I am not an expert, which I don't know what an expert really is, I guess. I've found a lot of stuff over the years. I mean, lots of stuff. I've learned a lot about where to look, where to go, and how to make things happen. It still doesn't work very well. Just look back over my last couple years of videos, you'll see that. But I still find stuff almost every time I go. I find things that are clues. But I don't want anybody to think that I am the definitive answer to everybody as far as finding this stuff, because I don't think there's any such thing. What I'd like to do is take the last 2 years worth of videos and some things I've picked up myself the last couple years and pass it on to y'all. I've had some requests for this. So my best videos are how-to lessons in. So that's what we're going to try to do. I'm going to try to do maybe a step-by-step thing, maybe have a little fun, maybe make a little fun of myself, and maybe some theories out there. We're going to see. Pretty hot August afternoon here in central Missouri. Going to get a lot hotter next few days again. Checking my buddy's property out. He's out of town for a few days, and I decided to get on his porch here in the shade. Thank you, Jeremy. As a matter of fact, I went in his house and borrowed some of his stuff. Thank you, Jeremy. Because it's kind of impromptu. So here's the way it's going to be. And y'all let me know what you think. Let me know what y'all want to see. I have to have a scripted deal. I'm going to actually write this down the next couple of days, kind of how I want this to go. I have to have this go kind of in order to make sense. Lord willing, I'll make it make sense. Lord willing, y'all understand it, because Lord knows I need help doing this stuff. So I'm going to tell you how this is going to go, or how I think it should go. Again, I invite y'all to tell me what you think, okay? We're going to talk about arrowheads, artifacts. And the artifact thing is so critical, because you are going to find so few arrowheads. I mean, almost non-existent. Arrowhead's a term. I think it's important to understand terminology, that even though I'm not a big fan of a lot of archaeologists, they lay down groundwork that we kind of go by. Dates and timelines and names of things. We have to have something to base our original thoughts on anyway. So again, this may be boring to people. There's why people turn this thing off. I wasn't holding up a bunch of arrowheads. But it ain't just about arrowheads. You're going to find, hopefully, you're going to find stuff like this. You need to recognize this for what that is. We call those, around here we call them adds. It's too thick, I think, to be a preform. It could be a preform. It could be the predecessor. It's something, you know, a lot smaller, a lot nicer like that. Even that small deal there is not an arrowhead. Not in my definition. That little Adena, which is almost perfect, heat-treated rock, we'll talk about some stuff like that. Very nice. I mean, very nice. Was not used on an arrow. It just, very little of that really happened. It's too heavy, it's too unwieldy, it's too wide, it's just, so then you take one looks, I mean, there's your classic arrowhead shape right there, right? Probably not an arrowhead. I'm almost sure it's not. It's way too heavy to be on an arrow. It never was sharp enough to be an arrowhead. It was a knife, it was a tool, it was a working, something like a tool, working for something besides killing an animal, or it was put on the end of a spear or an atlatl and used to stab and punch and even throw at an animal. That's a fact. Most archaeologists can say that's true. Then you'll have your in between things. It was probably a point at one time, and it was broken or just dulled up and resharpened, made into a beautiful little drill. So there's all kinds of artifacts, not necessarily arrowheads, okay? We're not talking about arrowheads very, very often. Arrowheads will be small, what they call bird points. Those are arrowheads, a little inch and a half long. Around here, Cahokia style points. Around here, that brings up a good point. I didn't write nothing down for this episode. There's going to be a bunch of them. I think to get my point across to y'all, I'm going to have to make this a bunch of little steps, I think. I could do a 10-point synopsis, I guess, maybe. I think that'd be best at the end. But I could maybe do that and just say, there you go, that's all there is. But I think it's going to be better. As much as I love to hear myself talk, it'd be better to do it this way. Location. I am in central Missouri. I've hunted, 25 counties in the state. I have 116. I've hunted points in a couple other states. So if what I say and what I'm trying to teach y'all only works here, well, good for the folks that watch it that live here. I don't think that's true. I think the stuff that I talk about will work in England. Because people are people. They have the same needs, the same wants. We're talking massively long time ago. Well, same stuff today. I can't get by without a drink of water. I can't get by very long without water. That's going to be my first lesson. In the next video, we're going to talk about water. So what I'm saying to you is how I found stuff 50 years ago. I went on my first arrowhead hunt. All I knew was I was looking for pointy rocks. Didn't know nothing about it. Didn't know nothing about it for several years. And then it was in my late 20s. I kind of got serious about it. And then, 12, 15 years ago, me and a buddy, he started trying to learn how to nap. And it just kind of went crazy looking for arrowheads again. Arrowheads, artifacts. Ooh. So hard not to get sucked into that term arrowhead. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to arrowheads, tools, artifacts, relics, pointy rocks. What I say definitive is going to be pointed more towards what I do and the way I would hunt. What I look for. What has worked for me for a long time, at least 35 years. I was 20 before I started finding arrowheads that when I was really looking for them, so they just happened onto them in a creek somewhere. And there's a lot more out there left to be found than people would believe, so it gives you hope. And some people have said they found the first arrowhead since they watched my channel. Some said they found the first arrowhead because of my channel. Cool. And I dig that. That's probably enough. This video could get stupid. This is not about me. It's about me helping y'all. It's about y'all. Sharing stuff, because nobody wants to share stuff. And I'll die someday, and who cares what I say after that, because I'll say it to somebody else. What? If y'all can get something out of this, that'd be just wonderful. It'd be so cool if y'all get something out of this thing. I'm going to script this. I'm going to write it out per episode, per video episode. It's like I'm watching MASH or something. Just home improvement. But you need to know what this is. You need to know that is a napped-on artifact. The real deal. That's not a rock that nature made. And there are nature napped rocks. That's not one. They were attempting to get something like that, and they give up on it, I believe. But there's preforms, there's a multitude of things. You need to know what those are. Clues to the scene of the crime. You need to understand when you're finding clues, when you're finding chips and flakes and debitage, we call it. That's French for junk laying around. I don't know. Heat stroke. You need to understand, because as you learn, you develop skills in finding these things, and where to look, how to see, big part. A single flake, a little piece of debitage can lead you into something instead of going, well, that's just another rock. Because most of the times where I hunt, there ain't another rock. There are a lot of debitage. I can show you debitage in this man's yard. I can show you, he's found stuff behind the house here. I can't believe how much I can learn myself. He found stuff behind here last year in a place I can't believe. we're going to talk about that. We're talking about location. We're going to talk about what we're looking for, how we're looking for it, location, techniques, location, because location's everything. Same as hunting or fishing or dating on Saturday night. You got to be on location. Thank y'all. Wish me luck. Hope y'all like it. Let me know if I'm doing good, bad, or indifferent. God bless. We'll talk at you soon.